Hello, I'm Jaya from Universiti Malaysia Sabah. Today I'm going to talk about zombie fungi. How many of you all know about zombie fungi? So today's talk, I would like to thank first to the Academy of Science Malaysia for giving me such a great opportunity to share some of our research from Universiti Malaysia Sabah to the whole Malaysia. And the topic for today is the zombie fungi, which is the dawn of cure. Why do I say the dawn of cure? You will know why later part. Okay, thank you. And as for the introduction, I would like to recall what is a parasitism mean. Parasitism is a symbiotic relationship where one species benefits at the expense of another. The parasite species gains the advantage while the host species experience the harm. So when you are talking about symbiosis, the symbiosis both parties wins and also gains. However, in the parasitisms, one of the hosts will be dead and the other one survives. So as for the zombie fungi, I would like to introduce some major characters here as the structural information of these fruiting body that grows out of the insects, which is the perithecia and the stroma. So the stroma and the perithecia is the fungal part where it consists of the fruiting body of the fungus that grows from the central nervous system of an insect. So this is an example of ants, and the next to you is the example of a beetle that you can see in the wild in the forest actually. So before we further to the mechanism of infection, I would like to introduce how does this parasitic fungi infection in insects occur. So first of all, when the insects or any types of arthropods, they are infected with the spores in the air, okay, they usually will have to go through the process which called the death grip, where they can grip into any types of plants or twigs or branches, and then the stroma erupt after a few days, and then this will be the killing zone where it can be one or many of the insects in one particular area, which we also can call the graveyard. So this is how the mechanisms of infection will occur depending on the species of the arthropods. So as for the mode of action of entomopathogenic fungi, which is also the zombie fungi group, which we have three stages of mode of action. Here, as you can see from the figure, the spore attachment is the first process, the germination and penetration is the second process, and the infection and the colonization is the third process. So of all these phases, this is how a zombie fungi invade the population of the arthropods and kills them and gains their beneficial role into the ecosystem. So as for the history of a zombie fungi, actually the first record was found by Alfred Russel Wallace in Indonesia in 1859. However, his observation was the fungus disrupt the normal behavior of the ant through the chemical interference of the brain. And those fungus can grow throughout the body cavity of the ants. As you can see from an example that I show here, this is a best example how these fungus can penetrate and also can grow out of their body. And the recent classification of entomopathogenic fungi, which is classified into three families, the major families, which I focus here, especially the Ophiocordyceps, Cordycepiaceae, and Clavicipiaceae. As you can see from all the different structures, like a beautiful flower here, okay, the red color, we call the Ophiocordyceps, and the look like a carrot one, we call the Cordyceps. Cordycepiaceae is actually the ancient name as some of the cordyceps parts, like the Cordyceps sinensis or Cordyceps militaris. And the Clavicipiaceae is another beautiful group that comes with a lot of structural variation in the fungus as well. So the earliest known record of a fungus visible parasitizing an insect dated about 105 million years ago. So the importance of entomopathogenic fungi or the zombie fungi in agriculture, medical, and also in biotechnological application has been varied, and especially in controlling pests, plant pathogens. So our lab focusing on the plant pathogens that we have in the crops and also some of the commercial products and also post-harvest diseases. And the importance of zombie fungi in cancer, infections, and systemic effects has been also studied thoroughly in every part of the world. However, the study of in Malaysia in focusing on entomopathogenic fungi is still in the rise. Yeah, this is one of the evidence that we have used one of the cordyceps group which to evaluate the antimicrobial evidences. So we gathered a lot of information for us to do the literature review on this system, and then we found out that they have a very strong agricultural importance as well. And also we did on antimicrobial testing against pathogenic fungi, which is pathogenic to the plants or crop pathogens. So in this study, as you can see, we applied a nanoparticle as well for this isolate, and we found that this antimicrobial is actually working very finely towards the pathogenic mycelium. So as you can see, the hollow zone here is actually how does this antifungal can work towards the pathogenic fungi here. So this is a very amazing results, and which we also bioprospecting these isolates that we culture from all the zombie fungi for betterment or for the biotechnological application. So as you can see from here, this fossil records of entomopathogenic fungi is actually has been dated 113 million years ago with the Burmese amber. However, the previous two concepts, which is Baltic amber and the Dominic amber, that was estimated 30 to 55 million years ago. However, the recent study has shown that the evidence of an insect scale is actually 113 million years ago in a Burmese amber. So traditionally, cordyceps is one of the best example for all of us to, to recall what is this caterpillar fungus means. Actually, the caterpillar fungus is once in Himalaya region or Tibetan plateau. They have been using this traditional ancient medicine. So it's always used in TCM as well. And it's always endemic to Himalaya and the Tibetan. But the mechanism of host infection here, the caterpillar one, is actually pricey because a lot of overharvesting occurring and also the habitat loss of these species. And now people has been cultivating these without the host as well. But the protein level or the chemical compound level for the medicinal ones has been reduced from the original ones. So these are the things to find alternative medicines. So these groups of Ophiocordyceps is actually now people are looking into their chemical compounds to enhance the medical importances actually. So our group, the mycology lab in UMS, we identified since 2015 to 2023 where the number of host insects we have gathered with the mushroom itself or the fungi itself to indicate that the species specific or is it the host specific. We are looking into that criteria. As you can see from this chart, the Hymenoptera is the largest portion of the insects that has been infected with the fungus itself. And for the entomopathogenic fungi in Malaysia, which is 1,000 species of entomopathogenic has been described in the world. However, less attention compared to the other parts of countries, which is the Southeast Asia. And now we are focusing all the zombie fungi within the region, which is in Sabah. And now also we are collaborating with Penicillicide, which UTHM. And these are the wonders of zombie fungi in Malaysia. If you can see from all the pictures that you can see how beautiful they are, they are in the diverse ecosystem, especially in the tropical forests. So we have to appreciate them, because without a taxonomy, you can't have a name. So collaborate with the taxonomies, the mycologies, and also with the citizen science collaboration. And together we need to increase the capacity of our own biological resources in terms of internalization. So a lot of depository work has to be enhanced in our country, and this will become a very, very big platform, not only for mushroom or the fungi, but for all the biological resources. So some of these are the wonderful, beautiful pictures here. The zombie fungi in Malaysia is the Acanthamyces on a Lepidoptera, on a moth. And as you can see, this is the Ophiocordyceps, which is the structure is yellow kind and very beautiful and golden thread on their body. These are the, these are the stroma that grows out of their body, and this develops the stroma, and the colorful of these stroma are different from different species. And this is the Ophiocordyceps myrmecophila. And there's another alien type of fungus that you can see over here. These are all the asexual stage of Hirsutella. Sometimes this group can become a more bigger structure of stroma, but it takes time, actually, depending on the decaying process as well. And this is the most beautiful Azaria, okay? Azaria, which is on the cicada. The cicada population usually in Mount Kinabalu affected with these fungus, which is medicinally very important. Okay, so these are the wonders of entomopathogenic fungi or zombie fungi that I would like to highlight today. And especially for Malaysian database, we need to have more research on these groups to increase the research publications and also a lot of information for these names of these entomopathogenic fungi. Thank you.